Alright, so for today, I thought I would go through two of the strongest color combinations that came out of the beta, and that is blue and white. If you look at all the Eagles Nest tournaments that were held and a lot of the like small LGS events, you will see that blue white has probably the most wins out of any of the beta. Sometimes you see green, sometimes you see green red, sometimes you see white. You see different color combinations, but the most wins so far in the beta, especially if you only look at Eagles Nest tournaments, has been blue white. And this particular list I have on screen now was made by Levi 3000. He or she participates in the Eagles Nest tournament quite often, and they have won more than once. Different types of decks, but this is a older version of their blue white control. I guess that's what it's called it. But this is Levi 3000 blue white deck from maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. But it won the tournament, and this is the list if you don't watch the rest of the video. And what I will do from here is I will go through the cards one by one. I will come back and talk about the ratios, and then I will show you probably a match on wing table against the deck, because what I've found is versus the AI, they can actually pilot this deck better than most of the other decks I've given them to pilot up to this point. Let me just go through the card list and see what's up. So they have Strike Dagger. There's a 2-2, 3-2 vanilla. This is probably just an early game play. I don't think the Earth Alliance matter much right here, but Strike Dagger, 2-2, 3-2 vanilla. This was probably just to fill out the curve, give them an early gameplay that decent. Then they got Dari Blade, a 3-2, level 3 cost 2, 4 attack, 2 HP card. Academy trait, so it can be linked with like Suleta. So this is actually a very good card. It kind of fragile, but because the power level seems so strong, what they did was on deploy, choose one unit with 1 HP, choose one enemy unit with 1 HP, return it to the owner's hand. This means you have to return something as long as they have something with 1 HP on the field. So let's say they had a Wing Gundam that had 7 HP cause a hero, and you knocked off 6 HP, and then you played this, you have to give them back the Wing Gundam and hero if there are no other 1 HP cards to return. So it kind of like a double-edged sword, but it not that bad. Like, it's a good effect to have, and if they don't have one, you could still play and get away with returning nothing. So it's a very strong card overall. And so that's a could fuse with it again and give it actually 4 HP. This can be a white staple more than lately. Next, we have Gundam Ilfrith. I know you call this one. But this is a level 3, cost 2, 2-4 blocker. White is known for blockers, and you can probably see that throughout this video, that a 2-4 blocker means from cost 2 at level 3, most weenie decks can get through this. This can take out 2 or 3 weenies before it go down. And that's kind of insane. This is a very strong blocker. It has no link, but blockers are just very good right now in this game. Next card, Grandpa Gundam. The repair 2-1. During pair, all your units get 1 AP plus 1 on your turn. Level 4, cost 3, 3 attack, 4 HP, links with Amarore. I thought everyone knows this one by now. This is like the flagship card for the game. Is STO1 001. If you into the beta, you know this card. And it is a very strong blue card. Most decks will play it without a thought, and as long as you play Amaro, you are probably playing this. Next card, Perfect Strike Gundam. Level 5, cost 3, 4-4, Earth Alliance trait. Which means it can link with any Earth Alliance character. Blocker, again, white blocker. And on this one, deploy, choose one enemy unit with 1 HP, return it to the owner's hand. So the same as Dari Blade, but way more stats. Higher cost, higher level. But I don't, it's just blockers. White is blockers on blockers, and then I got like a base that can withstand blockers, and that's where all the values come from white. White is probably going to be the most splashable color if they don't give other colors blockers, because right now blockers are just really good, like value wise, really good. Next, Ale Strike Gundam. Level 5 costs 4 for 4 stats again. So 1 costs more than Perfect Strike. Same stats. Only links with Kira. Kira is insane, obviously. And then also a blocker. But on this one, when he is paired with a level 4 or higher pilot, so once you put a level 4 pilot, it doesn't have to be the turn you play Illustrate. It could be the next turn. Choose one enemy unit with 4 or less HP. Return it to the owner's hand. Again, this doesn't give you a choice. You have to return something once you pair it. But normally, most things with 4 or less HP probably will give you an advantage. Return it to the owner's hand. Because it probably didn't get to swing, or it would have swung, or it would have blocked. Just returning it does give you a tempo advantage because it's 4 HP and not 1. So this is the Illustrate Gundam. Also from the beta, if you had a beta kit, you got one of these. So it should be pretty popular. But again, it's just another white blocker to me, and white blockers are good. Next card, Amuro Ray. One of the star pilots in the game right now. Level 4, cost 1. When paired, choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP and rest it. Now this doesn't pair good with the bounce effects that the seed cards have, but is another way to like get past a blocker or help you to swing into something. Like Amuro and Grandpa Gundam does normally take out a unit easy, and then the Grandpa Gundam does heal too. But Amuro utility is just really, really good. He's one of the best pilots right now. Him and Kirito, Suletta being number 3. You can see them a lot in blue white. Like as long as you're playing Grandpa Gundam and Amuro, that might be your only blue cards, to be honest. In some decks, those might be your only 2 blue cards, and your deck gotta be called blue for that. Moving on to the next card, Kira Yamato. I don't know how much more praise people will give this pilot, but he's definitely the most praised pilot right now. I am at a toss up with like if he's the number 1. But I cannot deny how good he is. He's a level 4, cost 1, gives 2 attack and 1 HP, which I forgot to say for Amuro. He's give 2 attack and 1 HP to whatever they pair with. But then Kira has, every time he attacks, he minuses 2 HP, 2 attack power. He minuses 2 attack power from whatever from a card on the field when he attacks. So you can attack a base and minus 2 to a character on the field, which doesn't help because it only lasts for the battle, but you can. But normally what you do with Kira is you swing into something, minus 2 attack from it, and kill it. And normally you won't die because that has less attack than it should, and you will survive the battle. And if Kira survive another turn, that's another minus 2, and his advantages keep piling up. So yeah, he is in the running for number 1. He's number 1 in most people's eyes, and I can't deny how strong he is. White game play this because you get in Kira and all the blockers late. And Kira is linked with, I think, nearly all the good blockers already. Like, it's a match made in heaven. It just stupidly strong. Moving on to the next card, Suletta Mercury. My favorite pilot currently. Probably not the strongest one. Her utility is damn good too. I would not say not. She has good utility. Level 4 pilot costs 1. 1 attack, 2 HP. That's why I think I like the 2 HP pilots more than the rest. But Suletta has an on attack once per turn. Choose one of your resources and set it as active. So for the time you play Suletta, as long as you can swing on that turn, she paid for herself. She was a free pilot. And then every turn after that she gets to swing, you have 1 more resource to play. Like, so if you had 5 resources, you could play something for 5. Swing with Suletta if she on the field. Get back 1 and play a Demi Trainer. Best card in the game. I guess they ain't popped that up on the screen. Demi Trainer, right? But yeah, Suletta is in the running for top 3. She's probably not number 1. Kira seems a little better. And Amuro does come in handy on play much faster. But for certain types of decks, Suletta will be amazing. And probably one of the first decks I can build will be featured around Suletta, to be honest. Moving on to the next card. Overflowing Affection. A level 2 cost 1. Command card. Draw 2, then discard 1. This is such a good filtering card. Like, in a game that has very little draw, this is a good filtering card. I like this better than the next card that coming up. But both of them got the uses. Why I like this though is because it's cheap. You get to draw 2 and you discard 1 card. If you had 4 cards in your hand already, you have 1 you know you won't play, you could just draw 2 and discard that 1. You get into your deck faster. If you have 0 cards in hand, you draw 2, discard the worst one, you got 1 card in your hand now. For only one cost, this is an amazing card for white. Like, this on top of the blockers, on top of Kira, amazing card. And draw still rare in this game, so there's one a few ways to draw. The next card is this. This is Overflowing Affection. I just want to show off that I finally have some Gundam cards, so that was mine. But Overflowing Affection, expensive, level 4, cost 3, but it draws you 2 cards and you don't have to discard anything. Where this card does shine is once you are past level 6, so you got 6 or more resources. So let me say from 7, 8, 9. I find the game you don't have a lot to do with all the resources on those turns because a lot of the players are still 6 or less. This is where this card does shine. If you are not threatened in the early game at level 4, you can also play this to get some more cards in your hand for next turn. But this card does shine mostly in the late game. And then sometimes it just be a bad card that you can't get out your hand. But in a game where draw is rare, this card is amazing. Like, I just use it currently. I even pre-order one, because not pre-order, but I bought mine from singles from the beta just to have it early because it is a GDO it is a GDO1 card, so you won't have it during the start of that meta unless you have beta cards. And that's basically it for this. And then after, the next card would be the first base they have, White Base. White Base has a lot of text, but what it does is once per turn, you can pay 2 resources, and if you have no units, you get a token. I think the token is 3-3. Can't really see. Yeah, it's a 3-3 token. If you have no units on board, you get a 3-3 token. So if you at 9 resources, and you know you can use 2 to play it with this card, use it first. You will get the strongest token you can get. If you have 1 unit on board, you get a 2-2 token. And if you have 2 or more units on board, you get a 1-1 token. Basically, this is just generate you a unit for the cost of 2 resources. So, and the unit gets weaker the more things you have on board. So, if you know you can play it, if you know you can use the effect that turn, use it before you play any units. If your field is empty at that time. And that's it for White Base. It just generates resources. It generates tokens if you have extra resources to use. The next base is the star base for this kind of deck is the Archangel. You can pay 2 resources again and restand one unit on your side of the field with blocker. It can't attack again, so you can't attack with the blocker, use this, and then attack again. You can attack, use this, and have the blocker ready to block on the opponent's turn. And that's where this does shine. So level 3 costs 1 base, and for 2 resources, you get to restand the blocker. And why this is so good is because, again, in the late game when you're at 7, 8, 9 resources, you don't really play nothing bigger than 6. So paying 2 extra resources to restand the blocker means you got to attack without blocker. You get some value from it, and then you restand it. And the 2 extra resources are going to be like nothing because normally you are resource flooded in the end of the game depending on your deck. So this is an insane base for the seed and the blocker things. And then I think that's just the whole synergy of it right now. Like, let me pull back up the full list. Right, so if you look at these ratios, the deck does not have like a win condition. Like when you playing green Operation Meteor, you trying to get your win Gundam on the board. Like that's your win condition in a way. But this deck is just outvalue the opponent. You got good cards like the Grandpa Gundam. You got good pilots like Kira, Amuro. You got Ale Strike. Ale Strike is what with Archangel. You got Leaf Reef. I think that's how you say it. You got Perfect Strike. All of these work with Archangel. You got some draw cards for when you're looking for something. And then you got value units like Dar Blade and Strike Dagger. I forgot where it was because of the dogs, but I think it was going through the ratios. So you got like, let me go through it different. They got 4, 8, 12 blockers, right? 12 blockers. 12 of the best pilots, which is 4 Suletta, 4 Kira, 4 Amuro. The Archangel to support those blockers. 8 draw cards to make sure you can find cards you want. And then every other card to fill out the deck was value. So you got like the Grandpa Gundam, the Dari Blade, Strike Dagger. Those help fill out your early curves without, if you don't need blockers. And they bring a lot of value for their cost. And then you got the arch, the white base, just to help bring some value in the early or late game if that's the base you have out. And the deck does really revolve around just outvaluing your opponent. Get your blockers on board, they can't get through to you. You could block her up, swing your blockers if you have Archangel, and then still block a card. And then you got draw, you got your pilots, you got Grandpa Gundam and them to help swing when you can. And that's how the deck display. Your win condition is ready to outvalue your opponent. And it is very strong. So I think from here, let me jump into wing table and try showing a game. Alright. I am going to play it the same that I was telling you about. I'm going to play it versus Taidana. Taidana is another person that won a good set of the Eagle's Nest tournaments. You could also always come over to Eagle's Nest to see. And then you got the Gundam symbol for some of them. See Taidana here, you got Levi here, you got Levi here again. And if you go further down in the Gundam tournaments, around here it didn't have, but there's Gundam. Levi here again, look, Taidana. So they are clearly good at the game. So this, I can play the Levi deck that I showcase versus Taidana, and we can see how it goes. I am playing second. This is not a deck I played a lot, but I think we should keep this. We got a lot of blockers and a grandpa. We got a lot of blockers and a grandpa. Nothing to play on turn 1 though, so we can just end turn. They have a gem. We get to play our first blocker. And you will get to see value with the blocker right now, because when that swings, I can block, it will die, and I will live. And this is, ooh, he has the same blocker. So now in this situation, I think we play Grandpa. And we play Overflowing Affection. Although that might have been a bad play. We have to discard something. We got 2 eels. We got 2 strikes, 2 soletas. Oh, it is a hard one. Perfect. Thinking it toss one of the perfect strikes. And we can end turn here. We're not getting attacked. I don't see the need to attack right now. And there goes our poor blocker. But what we will do here now is we are going to pair Grandpa Gundam with Suletta. That could take care of his blocker. And we are going to have to do another draw 2, trash 1. Remember, Suletta paid for herself. There's White Light Suletta. And then we could do the draw 2, trash 1. See if we get something we could put out. So we got a Kira and a Strike Gundam. We got Ale. Perfect. Think we can drop one of the Ales. And we are going to play out Strike Dagger to have another card on the field. And we are end our turn there. Oh, they have a blocker. Oh, and Kira. This is not good. But I guess we could do the same thing this turn now. What we will do is play out our Ales. Oh, yeah, our Ale Strike. We don't have to bounce this back so we can get to kill it. We could pair it with Kira. We have nothing to return, and then we can... Oh, we are going to die. If No, we are not, because Kira drops the AP by 2. So we live, and he dies. Then our Strike Dagger can take out the EX base. And this is what this deck is supposed to do. You're supposed to outvalue your opponent. Even if he kills this Kira now, it got enough value. Oh no, he should not have done that. He bounced it. But he had no choice if he wanted to play his Strike Gundam. So what we can do now is I want to play... I also can't bounce that, but I can play my Ale Strike. I am going to attach Kira to it. And then what do I want to play out? Do I attach one of my Suletas? I think we put Suletta onto Grandpa. That'll give it 4. Nah, I don't want to play out Suletta. And I think we play out the base. Draw a card, see what happens. And then we end turn here. There goes. Do I want to utilize a blocker? If I utilize Kira, this is going to die, but I'm also going to die. So, no. And because he dropped the... And again, it didn't matter what he should have dropped the blocker though, but he didn't block, so it don't matter. Do I want to use my blocker here either? No. So what shall I do? Right now I want to play out a grandpa, and I want to link Soletta to it. Alright. There's not enough damage right now. But because I got Akira on the field, I can get rid of this, which is annoying. Choose one enemy unit, choose him. Don't lose my Kira. Then I still have 3. So I can play out a blocker again. Return unit at 1 HP, none to return. And I think we pass turn here again. His base don't really do nothing. Do we let our Kira go? If we do, yeah, we can let this one go. So we don't have to save it. He can lose 1 HP. He is blockering up very well. So, next, what do I want to do? Soletta can heal if she kills this. So I guess that's value. We are going to play an eel strike. We are going to link it with Kira. Return 1. Oh, we have to bounce back something. We could bounce back this blocker, so that I don't get into it. Do I want to lose? I don't know what he will do. So what I'm going to do first is attack this with Soletta. Set 1 resources active. He did not block, which is good. So Soletta would get to heal. From here, I think we are going to lose whatever we attack with. But no, we could use this. We don't want to play. We want attack. We can use this. We're going to attack his base. And in case he blocks, we can drop this attack with Kira. That goes. We don't die. We still have a blocker active. And then that base getting annoying. I want it gone. So we can swing with this blocker. Get rid of that base. We are going to swing with the strike dagger. Get rid of another base. And that one can withstand the blocker. So then I think from here we play Ilfreef. And I think we link Soletta onto it actually. Give it some more HP as a blocker. Since we have a draw 2 trash one, we could draw 2 and trash 1 with this. We can trash the overflowing affection. We can end our turn. And basically all we're doing right now is outvaluing our opponent. Like, do we block here? If we block any block we do die. Well, the only block we have will die, so let me let his strike dagger go. He only got 1 HP. But you see he playing all his blockers now. Oh, we got another Soletta. And a Kira. So what I would do is I would pair this with the Kira. And we are going to attack with this one into the Dari Blade. We can drop the Dari Blade attack. I don't know if he can block. He didn't. So now he got a 2 attack blocker and a 4 attack blocker. So what we should do is we can lose something here. So let me just attack with this. We can drop the 4 attack blocker just in case. Still die. And then, do we have another Kira? No, we got Soletta's. We are just going to attack with this one. I think he might block again though. But we don't die because we have 6 HP. And then we can just play out Grandpa. And we can keep the Soletta in our hand just in case. And end turn there. But no use saying these two decks go up against each other. It's just who could outvalue who. And that's all we're trying to do at this point. Just outvalue the next person. So what we can do is we can pair Amuro here. Rest that. That has 4 attack. So I think we are going to swing with this one. Just get rid of that and don't die. And then we can swing with this. Get rid of that. We can play this Strike Gundam. Nothing to return. Play Kira. And then we could just swing at shields again. At this point, we ahead with board control and board presence. I do not think he can come back. But I hope this showcase the deck in a way of the way it's good. It just has a lot of blockers, a lot of good pilots with effects. And all it do is just keep trying to get value that way. So like, we got this now, but what we can do is attack with anything that got Kira on it. So if we attack with the base with Kira, we can just drop this attack in case he decides to block so we don't die. Good to go. And then it's just a simple matter of blowing up this base. Attacking with this. Well, even if he pulls a base out of this, because we saved the Suletta and we drew this, we would have had another attack. Like, if he had pulled out another base, we would have still have another attack ready because we could have paired 2 of these together. And we would have destroyed the base and still swing into the leader. And that's basically how this does go. I want you to see the AI using it, but I couldn't get that game recorded ready. I played well, so I used it myself. Again, this is the deck. This is like the standard blue-white control. There are lots of different ways to build it. You could change ratios. You could change some of the cards in it. New cards get revealed every day, so they can always be upgrades. This one's fairly old, but I want to show you what the essence of the blue-white is and why it's so strong. Like, even if you're playing against aggro, this Ifrif, I know how you say it. This is get a lot of value versus aggro. All of your blockers get value versus aggro. The Archangel, Kira, this give you a lot of value. Amuro's a clutch card, and you got a lot of draw to find the cards that you really need at the time. And that's the essence of blue-white control. I hope that I help you like understand this deck, see why it's one of the best color combos right now, and I'll see you in the next video.